Big deal involving both Game Pass and its cloud streaming service. Starting July 2024, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate will be available on select Fire TV sticks. The models specifically are the 2023 4K Fire TV stick and the Fire TV Stick Max. Many, including Xbox fans, are split on this announcement. That's because casual onlookers and cloud enthusiasts look at this as a positive step for Xbox. This has a rewarding potential for more exposure. However, others feel the focus is a deviation from their core base, the console gamer, as well as devaluing the very said console for casuals who will not commit to the platform long term. Now, do they have a point? Well, we tackle all this on the next installment of The Spill, our gaming hot topic video series. Let's get into it. What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy, MM2K of Geeks, Cloud Dosage, Hard Knock Digital Culture. Back again with another episode of The Spill. This is our hot topic video, rants, and commentary content where we go over the latest and greatest in gaming news. But before we get into all that, just a huge favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and rock those bells for notifications, please. All right, let's get into this one. First, because I get both sides of the argument here, and where I land on this might actually surprise you because of how often I like to kick Xbox's teeth in, but we'll get to that at the appropriate time. First, let's talk about the pros. Now, this initially doesn't open to the FireTv, entire FireTv user base, which is in the hundreds of millions, but it's still good exposure. Like, Xbox is going to be able to say, look, here goes our service. For those of you that want to jump into gaming via FireTv, as long as you have said controller, you can go right ahead and do it, and you can enjoy it, right? And that is a lot because Xbox wasn't doing that before, where the rest of their competition was. We'll get into that in a little bit. And then more importantly, for that exposure, you don't need to buy an Xbox console in order to enjoy Xbox games and services. I think that's an important thing. I think a lot of people don't mind, like myself. I don't mind enjoying or trying out Xbox stuff. I don't even mind trying it through Game Pass. You know what? I honestly feel like Game Pass, being such a heavy focus for Xbox, is devaluing their content overall, and it creates a precedent for their platform gamers. But I'm not part of their platform. I do not have an Xbox, a current Xbox in my house. I have one in my house from last gen because I do testing. You know what I'm saying? So outside of that testing, I don't even interact with Xbox hardware, right? But I do have Game Pass. I have PC Game Pass, and I enjoy the I enjoy the service. I think the service is worth it. Do I think it's worth it? It's full $17.99? No. So I often go and find little loopholes to where I can get it for like $3 a month. I'm fine with it. And you know what? I think that's more than fair. They're still getting more than their dollar's worth for me because let's be honest, even though I like having access to the service because the potentiality of like a bigger ticket game being in there that, you know, I don't got to pay full price for, I rarely engage with it. Let's be truly honest. I might boot up a game on there like once or twice a month. I don't use it thoroughly. So it just doesn't do anything for me. I don't utilize their cloud service. It's not my favorite cloud service. In the games that I do want to play, I just play them through NVIDIA GeForce Now, which I think is the superior cloud service. Nonetheless, we got to be honest, this gives Xbox a leg up as far as exposure, even over NVIDIA GeForce Now. I'm gonna get into all that in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the exposure is just the potential of it is great. At the very least, the potential of it is. That is if this thing continues to grow beyond just those two models of the Fire TVs, right? Because a lot of people, I mean, I don't know what the numbers are. I'm going to assume, and I could be wrong, I'm going to assume that everybody hasn't jumped out of their shoes and socks to get the latest Fire TV 2023. Like, I have my Fire TV from like 7 years ago. I have my Fire Cube from like 4 years ago. Like, they work perfectly fine. But it still increases the exposure, which is an important thing. Secondly, I kept referencing it to this. Xbox was the last of the more recognized and well-known cloud services to be on a dongle. NVIDIA GeForce Now operates from a dongle / streaming stick. We all knew that when Google Stadia was around, it operated that way. Boosteroid can be placed on dongles. Like, there really wasn't a Android app per se for Xbox. Now, you could have side-loaded it, and you know what I mean, even on a FireTv or whatever. That doesn't always work because FireTv is not the greatest place to side-load a lot of these applications on. Like GeForce Now, as great as GeForce Now is, you know, overall, trying to side-load it on FireTv can cause all types of hiccups. And it's even worse if you have GeForce Now Ultimate. If you have GeForce Now Priority, it's not as bad, but when you upgrade to Ultimate, there's just some technology there that I feel like FireTv and Amazon are just screwing with purposely. So it doesn't work great there. So now if they got a native app on FireTv, they will be the only ones outside of Luna that will be allowed to do so, that I believe will have a native app. I don't think anybody else has a native app for FireTv. I could be wrong, but of the major cloud platforms, the rest, from my knowledge, are not there. They used to be, but I don't think they're supported natively anymore. That's big. That's big because, again, if this works well, now Luna's okay for many, and it's okay for me. It's good enough for me because I play Ubisoft games on my FireTv via Luna, and I love it. But a lot of people want a more in-depth library. And if they can get Microsoft's library or the Game Pass library on their FireTv, that would be awesome for those that desire that. And we got to be honest, as much as I like Luna, I think there are more people checking for Xbox Game Pass even through the cloud than there are in Luna. So if this thing works well, it's efficient, that could be big for Xbox. But here are the cons. Hey, look, as it is right now, xCloud just isn't that reliable. I get it. A lot of my Xbox or a lot of my cloud gaming colleagues, they'll respond back, "What are you talking about, MM2K? xCloud is great and fantastic." Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here. A lot of us that are saying that now weren't saying that when Stadia was around. And I get it because Stadia is gone. You know, you got to deal with the cards that you've been dealt with. And even now, with some of the adjustments that they've made, Xbox cloud gaming is nowhere near what Stadia is. And Stadia right now isn't even the best performant cloud gaming experience. Right now, that crown is being held by NVIDIA GeForce Now Ultimate. Since this latest wave of cloud gaming enthusiasm since 2019, that was kicked off pretty much by Stadia, GeForce Now Ultimate today is the best performant experience you're going to get in the cloud. It rivals hardware. It rivals a lot of PCs out there. So I'm not saying that like Stadia gave you the best performance in the cloud ever. No, it was arguably second. But even at that, a dead, defunct service, xCloud cannot compare to that. Now, they don't even offer 4K. Like, you're going to get 4K in some of these TVs and maybe even on this FireTv through some AI enhancements, probably. My experience still wasn't good. The latency still is a problem. The hitching and the artifacting still is an issue. There are some games that are playable, very playable, and they're okay. They're not too horrible on the eyes, some instances, but it's not consistent. It's not consistent like their peers. Even Amazon's capped at 1080p. The Amazon Clarity, It's comparable at 1080p to what Stadia was. Some argue it might even be better at 1080p than what Stadia was. xCloud is nowhere near that. I understand people got to be in different locations and all that. That's an argument for another day. As a matter of fact, for full transparency, because I do still do cloud gaming coverage on Cloud Dosage News on YouTube, I'm going to dive deep into this more over there. But yeah, that's a serious, it just isn't good. And if that is what's being brought here, that could be a problem because of my second point. Its unreliability could scorn gamers long term. What am I talking about? Xbox made this big push to talk about how it's going to upgrade its servers, and now they were going to include the Xbox Series X servers instead of the Xbox One servers. They're going to have Xbox Series X server blades instead of the Xbox One server blades, right? And like everybody was like rubbing their hands together like, oh man, because all the stuff that Xbox was talking, they were like, oh man, this is going to be something to behold. Xbox is finally doing it. You know, I used to get into debates with other people that debated me over, you know, my preference to Stadia or whatever, or how well Stadia actually was. They were like, yeah, you just wait. When they flip on those Xbox Series server blades, man, oh, MM2K, you're going to be eating a lot of crow. And my crow never came. When it came to that, it never came. We're still waiting for it. I'll gladly eat it because more competent cloud gaming services, especially the one under the helm of one of the world's richest providers, period, would be fantastic. It would really propel cloud gaming, which I'm a big fan and steward of. But I'm not going to sugarcoat. I'm not capping for anybody. I don't own stocks or I don't get checks from any of these people. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm indebted to you guys and gals that are listening on the other end of this mic. It just isn't a great experience right now, even to its peers. I'm not talking about versus dedicated hardware. I know a lot of you are like, oh no, it sucks. Cloud gaming sucks. It's not the truth. You need to try the NVIDIA GeForce Now, and then you need to eat some crow. Try the NVIDIA GeForce Now, particularly Ultimate. You eat some crow if that's your angle, right? Through NVIDIA GeForce Now Ultimate, you were playing Starfield at 60 frames per second on the console. You were playing it better than you could natively. All right. That being said, yeah. If that's what's coming to FireTv, that is going to scorn everybody like how it scorned everybody when they tried the new Xbox Series server blades. They were turned off. I mean, it was just sad. It was sad. It was like, golly, the biggest talker of cloud gaming couldn't come through. Xbox can't afford that again. Because even though there are rumors that they're going to do more with cloud gaming soon, people could be permanently turned off. So they don't need that, right? So with that said, this is my conclusion. This is a step in the right direction. And I think even though there are some serious negatives to this, I think this is more positive than negative. Despite its inconsistencies versus its peers, this is a much needed move for Xbox console or cloud streaming. The semi-exclusive access on the FireTv is definitely a plus. And if the rumored GFN-like improvements are forthcoming, this could propel Xbox as far as cloud gaming is concerned ahead of the pack in a major way. This undoubtedly will make mainstream wince. You know, those that have their console and they really like a huge focus on the console, this is going to make them wince. They will lose value from that. You know what I mean? Undoubtedly because of these moves forward. But the question is, can Xbox cloud streaming leave a good enough impression to those that now behold of it through FireTv to make such a sacrifice worth it? Only time will tell. That's it from your boy. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below. Because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to Geeks, Cloud Dosage, Hard Knock Digital Culture. And this conversation is part of a bigger conversation that is happening on the podcast. So if you're not listening to that actual podcast, which is In a Row Podcast, episode 65, going to be a great one with me and Cold Blood. If you're listening to this as an a la carte video, click on the video that's going to pop up to the left right about now if it hasn't already. Click on that. That'll take you to the podcast. With that said, peace. Have a wonderful gaming day. Xbox has announced a big deal involving both Game Pass. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your boy MM2K, and just in the nick of time to throw me off and get me cracking up. I'm here with Cold Blood Sensei. Cold Blood, how you doing today, brother?
Fantastic, bro.
Fantastic. That's good, man. Well, I want to welcome everybody to another episode of our flagship podcast. This is In a Row Podcast, and this is episode 65. Holy cow. Getting up there. And today we got a series of topics that I think will tickle your fancy. Gonna be talking about Xbox. Xbox is coming to FireTvs, and you'll get me and Cold Blood's thoughts on that. There's other Xbox news as well. We're gonna be also circling back on the news of the week. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of you guys like to have short-term memories and all that other stuff. So we're going to be circling back and talking about some of this other news and seeing where things land now, because there's been developments. Also, we're going to be talking about PlayStation and Concord. Concord had some gameplay reveal done over the week. Some publications got to play it, and they've said some positive things about it. I want to get Cold Blood's thoughts on that when we get to that portion and ask him, is this going to now make it okay that this is the holiday game for the hardcore, right? Or as me and Cold Blood was joking, but well, I'll say that joke. I'll say he told me it was something else. And last but not least,
do a poll. No, wait. Do a poll on this. If you watched this fucking gameplay, did you like it?
Okay, yeah, I think that's a great poll.
Because this conversation will go either in the way of me talking about it more positively or very negatively. Depends on what the poll is gonna say.
Gameplay. Recently shown? Yeah, recently shown. And then last but not least, and I want to give flowers to where they're due. Shout out to King Thrash. So King Thrash, I really, over the last year or so, I've really been latching on to his content. I really love what King Thrash has been doing, man, for a while. But I really been like his content just keeps getting better and better, in my opinion. And I find myself just like grasping to it even more. And one of the things that he said he covered this weekend. Cold Blood was he talked about Destin Legary, and Destin Legary was reacting to this video that just, again, one of those stupid videos that been put out there that are trying to make a lot of naysayers and PlayStation is doomed to people, trying to make them seem right by doing all these little artificial litmuses and bars of what's successful or not. So King Thrash just pretty much dissected it and turned it into chicken shit. Right. And in doing so, he brought up a great point, which is about games as a service titles. And so I wanted to further elaborate on that inspired from his video. Are games as a service titles, are they destroying gaming? Are they harming gaming? And this is a very painful conversation that we're going to be having just on my part alone, because I was a big proponent of games as a service. So I really had to sit back and evaluate and meditate on that. Like, is this thing that I really wanted to be a staple in gaming, is it fucking it up? We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all that. in today's episode of In a Row Podcast. We already got, hold on. We got 3 votes. They said no. 2 out of the 3 said no. They didn't like what they saw from Concord. With that said, let's just get into our gaming weeks. Noah's been a busy week for you, Cold Blood, but just curious, were you able to get any gaming in at all? No, yeah.
Not really, no.
My brother's been my brother's been moving, you know. And I hate moves, man. Moves are like the worst fucking thing.
I just started Shin Megami Tensei 5 on PlayStation.
Yeah. Wow. Yep. So, it can be rough, brother. I know, man. This weekend. No. Let me stay on point. Yeah, I got some gaming in, and I got some gaming in on Cold Blood's to his amusement. He got a real chuckle out of this. I played some Division 2. Because, and Geek, I don't know if you're in the chat, Geek. I don't know if you're working, if your hands are free or whatever. But I wanted to give you this update because you were asking this during the member stream. And if you didn't catch I got like almost 3 hours of Division 2 gameplay for the members. Check that out. And we're going to be doing members content this weekend. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I'm going to get to that a little bit. But so I played almost 3 hours of this game because they were talking about Year 6 Season 2.0. Year 6 Season 2.0 was plastered everywhere. So everybody's like, we want to know what Season 2.0 is all about, right? And they kept talking about it. With Year 6, you're going to get Season 2.0. You know what I'm saying? So I'm playing it. We even got people like Geek and other people asking what's going on with Season 2.0. So I'm playing like 3 hours and I'm like, where the fuck is this Season 2.0? Like, I can't get into this shit. Like, what is going on? And I said to Cole, and I started cursing, going crazy, and Cold Blood's just laughing his ass off because he can't stand Division 2. Well, he can't stand Ubisoft, can't stand Division 2. Me and him always go back and forth about Massive, how good they are, right? So he's cracking the fuck up. I'm like, motherfucker, you guys are so incompetent, this and that, right? So then I go to start dinner. We end the show, my wife's home, I go to start dinner, and I realize that I'm listening to shit while I'm getting dinner together, and I say exactly what I was cursing them out for, Cold Blood. Like, I gotta go to a fucking another content creator to figure out what's going on. What is this shit? I go to another content creator, and I find out, bro, that Season 2.0 ain't coming till October. Like, what are you doing? And they said this, and the guy even admitted that I'm listening to. He's like, yeah, Ubisoft wasn't the best communicating this. It's very confusing, and they only said it briefly in one of their sit downs, the state of the games. So I had to listen to one of their boring ass state of the games where they just babble nonsense. For 2 hours and shit. And then like within 5 minutes in those 2 hours, they would have probably mentioned when Season 2.0 was going to start. Everybody's not going to do that. So you did have everybody jumping on this game, trying to play this game. That would have increased numbers, but those numbers are going to drop off like Wile E. Coyote off of a cliff because they're going to be pissed when they find out that 2.0 isn't coming till October. You could have been very transparent, got a portion of those gamers to just come on willingly, tried out the game, said, oh, this shit is different. I like the new Manhunt, and you could have grown organically from there. But leave it to Ubisoft to fuck something else up. So I'm not I am Geek. You were asking how's the game? I'm sad to say the game play was actually fun. It's actually like tighten up and bought in setup. But I am so fucking pissed at this loosey-goosey, unorganized, stupid, unorthodox way that Ubisoft does shit at the detriment of its community. I'm not touching the game until Season 2.0 comes. When Season 2.0 comes, call me. You fucked up. Because now that I'm done playing Helldivers, and now that, you know, we're kind of like in a slow period, this will be the perfect time for me to hop back in the game. I'm not doing it. That's how mad I am. Couldn't believe that shit. So, that was my gaming experience. That was my gaming experience over the last week or so. But do us a favor. Let us know will definitely vote in our poll. Holy shit. 4 out of the 4 said yes, they like it. 3 said no, they didn't like it. Let us know what you think about the new Concord gameplay in our poll. And we'll react to it later when we start focusing on Concord. Also, let us know what you've been playing throughout the week too. We want to start hearing more from you all. What you've been playing throughout the week. What games have you been focusing on? We'll go to the chat real quick because we're one vote away from our 10. We want our 10 likes. That being said, also one last thing, y'all, while we're waiting for this one like, because I know we can do it. Audio listeners, I deeply apologize, but what I'm gonna have to do is, because there's so much audio that because of work and stuff like that, businesses and all types of crazy shit, there's just gonna be a large chunk of audio that I'm gonna add later. So I'm gonna calculate how many of those episodes we're gonna be missing. So you're gonna see like an episode skip of like 10 episodes, right? It's gonna go from like episode 30 on the audio all the way up to like episode 40, maybe even 45. Starting next week, we're bringing the audio back. Starting with this show here, we're going to bring the audio back, and then we're going to pick up from there. There'll be a gap, and I'll fill in the gap over time. You know what I'm saying? You'll notice the gap being filled in over time. Also, if you haven't been paying attention, we have our members goals up there. Over the weekend, I'm going to be working on bar graphs to go with those member goals, so we know where we're at. Weekly goal of 10. We got a bi-weekly goal of 35, and then we got a monthly goal of 50. Okay, so the weekly goal of 10 will get you Foamy Friday. I still owe everybody one more Foamy Friday. We already got a candidate out there. That's going to happen regardless next Friday, right? But still, if we hit 10, you'll lock in the next week's Foamy Friday. So it doesn't hurt to get a head start. You know what I'm saying? Bi-weekly goal of 35 means we'll do a giveaway in the Discord for all of our Discord followers. The link is in the description if you're not part of Discord. We're going to do a link in the chat. We're going to do a $10 giveaway in the Discord. What am I talking about? And last but certainly not least, our monthly goal is 50 members. We want to get an additional 50 members for the monthly goal. If we do that, we will give it away an additional $25. Okay. All right. Sounds good? Good. Okay. Did we get our 10th like yet? Yeah, we got it. Awesome. You guys are great. We're still looking at the poll. Did you like Concord gameplay recently shown? 62% saying yes right now. 38% saying no. Wow. Interesting. All right. Let's go right into the show, Cold Blood. No. Let's do some chats first. Zatmondo, he was going off, man. He was going off. Maybe you could clarify. Zatmondo, you must have seen something pissed you the hell off. He said the cycle YouTubers put these games through is a disgrace just to make a few bucks. They talk shit, and then when it comes to the whoopsie, few months later, bad update, good update, game's dead, game's back, drama, clickbait, BS. I don't know if you're responding to a certain creator. You ain't got a name, said creator, whatever. I'm going to tell you guys this, man. This is why we do what we do here, and we do it differently. We appreciate the super chats. We appreciate the members and all that stuff. We give back, and it goes to and it helps us get gains and stuff that you guys want to see for Foamy Fridays and all other stuff. That's why we have the goal associated to it. And it makes the platform better for y'all. But we're not there to pilfer you guys or fleece you guys. I hate to tell you, most of these content creators are. They only do it for the money. A lot of these content creators, bro, they pick a flag or they pick an angle because they feel like it'll be the most lucrative angle. Now, don't get me wrong. You have a brand, regardless if you're paid for or not, and you may want to increase your brand to make it more appealing. But some people just do it, bro, because they just want to take from you. You gotta be very careful, man. You gotta be very careful. Even if you like somebody that you're listening to, you like their takes, or you think their takes are entertaining, always I'm just a skeptical person. I have a very small circle of people that I just deal with personally. But if I operate with you, that means because I really trust you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm just skeptical, period. So you just need to look and make sure that you're not getting beat over the head with a cash register from a lot of these people that are engagement farming or whatever. And when it comes to content creators, yeah, a lot of them I don't trust. I've seen some shady shit from them. There's some that haven't done any shady shit in the public, but they do it behind the scenes. It's just a lot of crazy stuff happening. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. You got to understand there's a lot of people that are doing this just because they think it's lucrative. They're not doing this because they really care about gaming. They really care about gaming getting better. They really care about how you game and trying to enhance your knowledge of gaming so you can get more out of it. They don't care about that. They look at you as a commodity that they got to fleece and get money from. So you gotta be very cognizant of their tactics, because a lot of them are full of shit, period. Extra says Xbox isn't too bad. While we were waiting with the prologue, I said it's not too good either. Laugh out loud. Just kidding. Hey, like what you like. Yeah, you like what you like. Like even what I said in the prologue. I don't think it's a fantastic thing. We'll talk about this. We're about to talk about this now. I don't think it's a fantastic thing. I think it's something that they needed to do if they wanted their cloud gaming to be taken seriously at some point in time. But it could backfire on them. But that's the risk that you got to take, because everybody else is taking that risk. I don't mind Xbox. And if you like Xbox, you know, whatever. I'm not mad at you. Zombando says, I will buy Concord, just waiting to find out if it has gyro aiming. Oh, okay. Cold blood, let's do it, brother. Let's get into the show. All right. Let's talk about, first and foremost, the aforementioned Xbox. What's going on with Xbox, period? First, there's several things that happened this week. Number one, Xbox is expanding Xbox Game Pass Ultimate to Fire Stick TVs. We've also had Digital Foundry call them out on the Xbox Showcase, misleading footage. And then last but not least, Xbox reignites the Wukong money hat rumor with its response that was drummed up with Jazz Gordon. Now they're falling back from that, and now they're trying to say it's some other reason why Wukong isn't coming. Yada, yada, yada. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's talk about this Xbox Fire Stick TV thing. And right here is the tweet, or the X post, or whatever you want to call it. No console, no problem. Xbox Gaming is coming to select Amazon Fire TV sticks, where you'll be able to play games directly from the Xbox app. So let's click on the story right here. Now, there's another tweet here that I want to get. Spawn is something idiotic, comical. It says Xbox Gaming coming to Amazon Fire TV. Play more games, no console needed. At Xbox, we're committed to bringing joy and community of gaming. I'm sorry. Every time I read their shit, it just sounds like a spoof. Sounds like a Benny Hill or a Saturday Night Live skit and shit like that, right? I just imagine Daryl Hammond with this funny ass serious face reading it. Today we're announcing a collaboration with Amazon, where Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members in over 25 countries can play games directly from the Xbox app on select Fire TV's devices via cloud gaming, giving people even more choice in how they play their favorite games. So for those of you that are not aware, these are only coming to 2 select Fire TVs, not coming to all Fire TVs at launch. 2 Fire TVs are Fire TV Stick 4K Max, Fire TV Stick 4K. Both are the 2023 models, and they're relatively cheap. But my question is, I don't know how many people have these particular models. Like all my Fire devices, they're like over 5 years old. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't need a new Fire device. I don't know how many people actually ran out and got a new Fire Stick. You know what I mean? So, With that said, let me ask Coldblood. Coldblood, what do you think about this move of them putting Game Pass on Fire TVs? Is it good, bad? And do you think it'll help Xbox significantly or at all increase its users?
It definitely ain't improving that piece of shit. I mean, bro, xCloud is the worst service out there by a mile.
Yeah.
That motherfucker being on a Fire TV stick, bro, ain't gonna do shit for Xbox. Like,
yeah.
you could get the Xbox app on any fucking TV if you wanted it to. For a long time. Nobody cares, bro. Like, nobody cares about Luna. So why the fuck would they care about Xbox, bro?
Well, to be fair to Xbox,
to me, great fucking third-party move again. Just showing how much you care about the Xbox hardware.
Yeah.
Hey, play without a console. Play without a console. Because of that stuff, it didn't sell at all, probably. Because the whole fucking advertisement was no console required.
Yeah. We got some interesting comments in the chat, but I will say this. To be fair to Xbox, I think its library is more appealing than Amazon.
Brother,
but
nobody wants to play a cloud service through a fucking TV, brother. No, you don't. You just don't, brother.
Here's what I'm gonna say. I don't think that the way it's being offered negates the fact that you're saying right now, which is nobody really wants to play, or I won't say nobody, but cloud gaming through a home entertainment device is not the B's G's right now. Like, nobody's jumping out of their shoes and socks to say, oh, you know what? I'm going to watch Netflix and I'm going to watch Tubi, but I can fucking play God of War on it. People aren't doing that right now. And I get that there's kids that may want to do that, but here's the thing. If my kid wants to do that, they're going to do it through devices that they already have. And Xbox was already available on those devices. And through those devices, we didn't see Game Pass like go and pew, you know what I'm saying, and shoot through the roof. The problem with it is that, too, this is Game Pass Ultimate too, bro. So you're talking about people doing this for $17.99, right? Like, if this was like $4.99, $9.99, I'm not gonna. It wouldn't be groundbreaking, but you would have something worth watching there. It's $17.99, I believe, the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate is. It's nah. I just don't. Unless you're all now. This is a discussion, y'all, and Xbox gamers, hear me out, man, because I'm trying to be nice here. I know Coldblood just gave it to you raw. I'm trying to be nice here. Because I see y'all saying stupid shit out here, and it makes me sad. It made me as sad as watching the presidential debate last night.
Wait. Are you talking about now every Amazon Fire Stick is an Xbox?
Bruh. Like, that make me itch watching that. That's like, I think we got it. You sent it to me. Oh, no. Hold on, let me find it. This is what I want to warn you guys to, or warn you guys from, because this is just complete idiocy. And I'm trying to be fair here. I truly am trying to be fair, trying to be nice here. I'm trying to play good cop. So we had somebody out here who's a known Xbox wood buffer. They do it from behind. Oh, Phil, you ain't got to turn around. I got you. Like I'm now counting every Amazon Fire Stick sold as the Xbox console sale, new console sale numbers. Okay. Number one, this isn't coming to every console. Or every Fire Stick. It's only coming to the 2023 models. And like I said, Fire TVs are so durable. Who's to say that there's a lot of these 2023 models out there? It can only be hundreds of thousands of them, if a million, who knows, right? But even at that theory, does that mean now that Amazon Luna? You know what I'm saying? Because if you got Amazon Prime, you get select Luna games. So now is Amazon Luna have 248 million users, whether you boot up or not? Like, what are we doing here? There are so many Samsung TVs out there, right? Do those get added to Xbox? Like, what are we doing here? What are we fucking doing here? So let's stop the shenanigans. Let's stop the silliness. Let's not act like that we, instead we replace cheese on our sandwich with lead chips. Let's not act like that. Let's handle this sensibly. Cold Blood gave it to you raw. I'm gonna try to be nice. Only if you already have Game Pass will this be an extension of your Game Pass subscription, where you're like, you know what? Oh, I see this advertisement. Oh, and I already have Game Pass. Let me try this thing and see how it works out. That will either lead to one or two things. That will either lead to you saying, you know what? xCloud got better. I am now confident in the future of Xbox and its cloud streaming service. Or it's going to lead you to say, holy cow, this shit is trash, as it's always been. I'm going back to playing Game Pass where I normally play it. That's it. Cloud gaming, as much as I'm a steward of it for, and I press on it as hard as I do, pause. It's not part of the mainstream yet. This is not a move that's making it into the mainstream. This is what it does, y'all. It makes it more enticing for already cloud gamers. That's a separate discussion. I'm going to have it somewhere else. I'm going to ask Cold Blood from the mainstream point of view, but to his point, I'm just saying it different because I'm trying to be nice to y'all. I know you guys were all sitting there feeling yourselves, playing pocket pool or whatever, and all creamy knuckle. Oh, 250 million Xboxes now. No. To Cold Blood's point, the average person that has the Fire Stick, that has the Fire TV, they don't want to sync a controller and boot up and play from their Fire. I do it. You know why I do it? Because when I got to leave my office and I got to sit here and listen to my wife complain for hours upon a day about how she hates her job and shit like that, I can sit there and do it, boot up Division 2 on Amazon Luna and play it. And that leads to the other thing that Cold Blood said. The performance just isn't that great. If we were dealing with something that A, was cheaper, and B, the performance was so much more better, then I would say, okay, we might have the beginnings of something here. But we don't. Cold Blood isn't lying. Amongst its peers, the top recognized cloud gaming services, xCloud performs the worst. There are games that are playable that you can enjoy if you have no other choice. You see what I mean? Hear that out. If you have no other choice, if you really want a game and you have no other choice, there are games that are playable. But is it really going to be a way that is going to become a staple or just an extension? And if it's just an extension, then you're not going to see the movement that you guys are believing in the back of your head that you're going to see.
All I can say is if you love yourself, don't play Halo 5 on xCloud. Yeah, I'm serious. That motherfucker is so bad.
Oh, bro, it's not worse than Gears though. It's bad. Don't get me wrong. I put Gear, which is a damn shame. Gears 5 is horrible on xCloud. I got the footage. I have the footage. Gears 5 is I feel like like I walked by a zoo and an animal tried to fling shit at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is this shit? Oh, and I'm dodging the shit. Like, let me get out of here. It's horrible. There are some games that are okay. You're like, okay, this is not horrible. Like if I'm like on a cruise stranded somewhere, me and my wife got into an argument and I just want to cool down and play some Fortnite, I could do it reasonably. But the average consumer is not going to sit there and say, yeah, this is the ticket. Now, I don't know what the future holds, Cold Blood. I don't know if xCloud will get better and they'll come up with better models of pricing.
Why do you even need xCloud, brother? Like, there's so many other cloud services now that support Game Pass, so why the fuck are you using their dog shit?
That's the $1 million question. Yeah.
If you really have to use a cloud service, use GFN.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I will say though. GFN isn't natively supported on FireTv sticks though. You can sideload it, but it's not the greatest experience. But people are looking at that and potentially looking at that and they're saying, look, because FireTv has such a wide range access, this automatically means that all those people will jump on this. I do think it adds to exposure, and this is a good thing, and this allows Xbox to be on a dongle like everybody else is on some type of dongle finally, but it's not going to have the ramifications that people think it's going to have. And to your point, yeah, I mean, if I'm looking to do some cloud gaming, if cloud gaming is a must for me, and I'm like, yeah, I'd rather what's the cheapest way I can do some cloud gaming? Guess what I'm gonna do? I'll get a Google TV, which is around the same price. I'll get a Google TV and I'll install GFN on it. That's your best bet. If you just want to get a cheap dongle, or you'll get some type of Android dongle. Download GFN on it and have a good time. There's a lot of people, Cold Blood, that really think that someone's going to be sitting there like, for instance, and I hate saying this, like when I'm going through Netflix, I'll see the Netflix games, and I'm like, I wish this would get the fuck out of my way. Like I'm trying to watch a movie here. Like there's nothing there. There's nothing in the catalog that makes me want to say, oh shit, I can try my Netflix games here. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in the mood to watch TV, it's kind of different than when you're gaming and then you switch to TV. Like gamers inherently are consumers of multimedia, where TV watchers aren't. Someone that's just watching Amazon TV and watching the Boys or watching whatever, their immediate thought isn't, oh shit, let me jump on Starfield. You know what I'm saying? Like they're watching TV and they don't want to be bothered with it unless it's doing something so fundamentally radical and exciting that it's like, oh shit, yeah, let me try this. And I don't think at $17.99, bro, and at the performance that xCloud is, you're not talking
$17.99.
I think that how much is Xbox Ultimate? Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, okay for Amazon, but if you want it on GFN, you just get PC Game Pass for fucking $10 or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I'm talking about the Amazon
and
version.
Then pay GFN the difference, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the argument for GFN, which I'm totally with. I'm saying for those that believe that this Xbox Amazon partnership is like liquid gold from the bat, like, no. If you want to get Amazon, I mean, if you want to get Game Pass on Amazon, you're paying $17.
Is it already out?
No, it's not coming till July.
So, what is the best comparison that we have right now?
Comparison, you mean as far as cloud services?
No, I mean xCloud running on some fucking TV shit.
Oh, the best way to play xCloud is, I mean, yeah, I have a Samsung. I have like a 4-year-old Samsung that can play xCloud, and the latency is just horrible. I mean, it tries to do some.
Is this Amazon stick gonna make the latency so much better?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, bro, that's the $1 million question. Like, what is happening here on the Amazon stick that's going to make this better than what we've already experienced this on? I just don't know unless they announce some new technology, which they haven't. They're just saying that they finally have an app years after the fact, and the app is coming to, only dongle that it's coming to is Amazon TV, FireTv. The best place to play xCloud is from your PC. Maybe even an Xbox, maybe. But through my experience,
but at that point, why are we even doing that?
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like this belief system that, and I get it, but this is a cloud gamer discussion. What I'm saying is, no. Let me say it like this rather. This is people that are talking about the gains. I'm not going to deny that there could be gains here, but the gains are for a demographic that fits with the current cloud gaming demographic, which is anywhere between 1% to 5%. We hear that talk mainstream gaming, 1% to 5% does not move the needle. So you got 1% to 5% of the potential consumer base to where they may look at this and they may go, okay, let me give this a shot. And that's not even a guarantee that potential 1% to 5% user base will actually like what they get, because to your credit, is it going to work well enough? I mean, there's a lot of people that like, within that 1% to 5%, there's a lot of people that like Xbox. There's a lot of people that don't. We even got Geek in the chat. Geek he's very pro Xbox. And Geek is from the cloud gaming community. He doesn't like xCloud. This is not just me making this shit up, man. We got Sean in the house. Sean, what's going on, good brother? He says GFN runs like shit on TV. Yeah, I had a horrible experience, bro. But it runs great on PC, Jonathan. I wouldn't say it runs great on PC, but that's where it runs the best. Like, Cold Blood, remember when me and you was playing Shitloop or Shitfall? Me and you was playing Shitfall. I was playing from xCloud. I could keep up. I could semi-see what was going on. But when you look at my gameplay, you're like, oh, God. I didn't know that Redfall was on Xbox 360. Like, what copy did he? You know what I'm saying? And that's yeah, Ron, I totally agree with you. Luna is actually the closest thing to Stadia that we got as far as 1080p streaming. I will say that. Some would argue that it's better. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but I'm not mad at anybody that suggests that. It was very close. Luna runs better on TV, but no new games. Yeah, I mean, but all of these cloud services, I would say outside of GeForce Now, I'm not that familiar with High Score. You know what I'm saying? I've heard some positive things about them. But GeForce Now, outside of GeForce Now, I don't think there's any other cloud service that is even worthy of the mainstream gamers portfolio at the moment. GFN has the games that people want to play. Oh, Xbox has those too. GFN got those games. GFN has Xbox games. GFN runs better. The only thing that Xbox has as an advantage on this deal with cloud gamers is that if you're a cloud gamer and you have a Fire Stick and you were sideloading these applications on there before, now you get an application that's natively supported and it could run better than a sideloaded GFN. But if your goal is really to play GFN on the dongle, you trust me, you would have done this years ago when I did the fucking video. I sideloaded No. I don't think I even had to sideload it. I got GFN out of the store and the rest is history. You know what I mean? I don't want to make this a cloud gaming section, but this is a discussion, I think, for the cloud gaming community. This is not my message here. In addition to what Cold Blood is saying, is like Xbox gamers. I'm saying it nicely. He's just saying, get your fucking head out your ass. I'm being nice here. I'm saying it nicer. This is not moving the needle. This is not. Game Pass is $16.99 or $17.99. Game Pass Ultimate. I've heard no new enhancements to the application that's going to make this perform better. The people that I've quoted in this chat are cloud gamers that are familiar with how this shit runs. They're letting you know. And these are guys that they're not against Xbox at all. They argue with me and Cold Blood about how tough we're on Xbox all the time. These are not anti-Xbox people. You've heard it from them. Ron Slusher, Sean the Gamer, Geek to Sneak. They're all positive on Xbox. They've battled us back and forth handedly on it. And they're letting you know that xCloud is dog shit. xCloud, it's not bringing the milk. It ain't got the milkshake to bring the boys to the yard. It just definitely doesn't. And at $17.99 or $16.99, whatever the fuck Game Pass Ultimate is, I think it's needed for Xbox to do this. If they want their cloud service to be taken seriously, they got to start making these type of steps. Next would be either 1440p or 4K to be supported. They got to make these steps, but this is just in addition to, all right? This is not moving the needle. Any final thoughts on that, Cold Blood? I know you're looking forward to this shit coming on.
Oh yeah, I want to see you play some shit on it.
Oh,
just to laugh at it. How bad it is. I am gonna. Well, then first and foremost, I gotta get, which I'll do. I'll do a video on it. I gotta get a 2023 4K FireTv Max and just see. I'll do that. That's not a problem. I'm just saying, this is. Join us on Cloud Dosage for that conversation. You can give us a preview with the site-loaded app.
Oh my god! Number one, the aspect
compare it to the Amazon one.
Oh my god! I don't even think number one, okay, Amazon is decent. It's cool, on the Fire Stick. I just think it's the Fire Stick altogether. The Fire Stick altogether may not be the best place for cloud gaming. Now, maybe these new 2023 models are better, but I have a FireTv Cube, which is way more competent, right? And even on my FireTv Cube, Amazon Luna is aight, but every now and again I get a hitch, and I'm like, yeah, I don't get this shit on Google TV. Like, what the fuck is this? What is this shit? So it's the reason why I say that is, if that is the status quo, you know Amazon is not going to allow Xbox to run better on their hardware than their own shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to they are not going to let that happen. No. You know that. If Microsoft wants to write them a fat ass check to be on the hardware, so be it. But under no fucking circumstances are they going to let Xbox's app run better on its hardware or on its dongle than its own cloud application. So you know, there you have it.
Can I answer Geek?
Oh, what did Geek say?
No, he just said that he gets a lot of codes for free Game Pass, but can use it on his account.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you read on the terms for this shit to be used, it says only for new accounts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah. if you had on your account Game Pass already, you can use it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Shout out, Andrew Wilkins. Good to see you, good brother.
Those are trial codes that you talk about.
Like, I just had, I have a gamer account, right? That all my Xbox shit was linked to forever, since the beginning of Xbox. And I have that, and I had that account linked to GFN, because that's where I play the Xbox game. Honestly, the best place to play Xbox games are on GFN. It's better than playing it on their own fucking hardware. That's a goddamn shame, but that's a whole nother story. So I linked my Xbox account to GFN, and I was like, but I let it lapse because I couldn't find any $3 codes or anything at the moment. And then it just so happens that they're running this promotion through GFN. You can get 3 months of Game Pass for free. So I got the code, went to go do it. Like, I think what you're talking about, Geek to Sneak, and it said it wouldn't work. So I said, this is for new people. So I took I have 2 Xbox codes. One for when I'm trying to play, you know what I'm saying, incognito, because, you know, there's one where it's for the public, and then there's another one where if I'm trying to create content and I don't want people trying to hop in my games or message me and fuck me up, I play on that. So I just linked that one, and I put Game Pass on there, and I put the Game Pass code on there. You know what I'm saying? Look, man, it's just, to me, I don't play Game Pass that much to warrant me paying more than $3 a month for it. And even at $3 a month for it, I'm still overpaying because I don't boot it up every month. Maybe once. You know what I mean? So, killing in the chat. He says, Andrew Wilkins says, what up, Maz? Xbox has been so trash for decades that it turned MM2K into a cloud fab. You know what, Andrew? And as comical as what you said is, it's true. It's true. Like, and this is how me and Cold Blood got tight. Real quick story, true story. I started on Xbox, and Cold Blood would be in the chat because, you know, Cold Blood just likes fucking with people. That's where he gets his kick for fucking with people and pissing them off. So he'd be in my chat saying shit. Me and him going back and forth. But bro was always there. Even when I was on Twitch, bro was always there. So I had given up on Xbox at that point in time, and I considered myself a PC gamer. But I had a 2070, not even a TI, 2070, And I remember Ghost Recon Breakpoint that just came out, Cold Blood. And I was on Twitch and I almost had a mental breakdown. Why? Because I was like, I went and paid all this money for this new PC and I couldn't get 60 frames per second. And Cold Blood was like, bro, breathe in and breathe out and relax. It's going to be okay. It's not the end of the fucking world. He's like, dude, you are having a meltdown. What is wrong with you, right? So then I stopped streaming for a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, y'all, man. I can't get 60 frames per second. I'm so sorry. I've let you all down. Ugh. So I stopped streaming for a while. And then comes Stadia. So Stadia comes, and I'm now playing Destiny at 60 frames per second on a web browser. I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, the latency, I don't feel it. Oh, man, and the rest is history. So yeah, in me not having a strong enough PC, that's what really prompted me to even give Stadia a chance, because I almost canceled my order. Like when they had that bad AMA, I almost canceled my order. And I would have never, and had I canceled my order, I would have never given them a look. Never. So, exactly. But as funny as what you said is, Andrew, it's true in so many ways. What else we got here? Let's get to the rest of this chat. Y'all are killing it. God damn. God damn. Okay, I read that chat from let's see here. He says, I get them from other companies though. Yeah, it does. Yeah. No, Cold Blood is right, bro. Cold Blood is right. Geek, it doesn't matter, bro. Even if you get them from other companies. Xbox is the one that sets how that code is supposed to work. So if Xbox set it up to where the code only activates on new users, you stuck like Chuck, and that's fucked up. Because they force your hand. You've already paid the money for the code.
Today is the RIP Stadia podcast. I'm still missing Stadia sometimes.
Who said that?
Geek. and Sean always tells me that.
Yeah, hey, bro. Yeah, I remember for a while they was mad when I was still.
Y'all hate it. I love it, brother. Because I was vindicated with that shit.
Well, I mean, yeah and no.
I never said anything different. I always said from day one, this shit is gonna die. This shit is gonna die. Like, I never said, oh, it has a chance. Fuck no. I always said, nah, it's dying, bro.
But see, it was when you guess like that, you know, that's like me saying Xbox is gonna die. I'm very confident that Xbox as a platform is gonna go kaput. I'm very confident. But I don't know 100%. I'm just confident that personally. But that's not
what
based
I'm
off
confident is that the Xbox name is dying and it's gonna be just Microsoft Gaming.
Yeah, and they're gonna be third party. That's my thoughts. They're gonna be third party with a dongle. That's my thought process too. But I don't know. I'm just very I don't have any inside information. Here's what I can say confidently, and I was getting leaks, controlled leaks, all types of shit from very high sources within Stadia. Google didn't know what they were doing until the last moment. And the thing that pushed them over the edge, which you got to give kudos to Microsoft for, and I don't want to make this a RIP Stadia podcast and memorandum and shit. We play the bagpipes and shit and take it out. But what sent the body over the side of the bridge was the Activision deal. Because they were like, from my understanding, that was the nail in the coffin. Like, okay, so Call of Duty is never coming to Stadia, and our Call of Duty deal that we have established now is now kaput. We got to find something else to do. And you got to give Xbox credit. I mean, I think it was sleazy. Instead of trying to buy them out of the game, you know, I would have preferred them to do what PlayStation does, which is they outgame you. But Microsoft just pulled out its war chest, used its what do you call it? They used its connections, and they just made them, like somebody told me behind the scenes that Microsoft strategy, someone very close to Microsoft told me in 2020 that Microsoft strategy was stated was they were trying to buy them out of the market and make them say, quote, why bother? And they succeeded. If there's anything solemn for any Stadia alumni, Stadia got the last laugh. How did they get the last laugh? Because even though they were shut down and they were sent packing, they're the ones that forced Microsoft to keep Activision multiplat. And they're the ones that, and then in turn, caused all this strife that you're seeing with the community right now, and caused this whole turn towards, you know, heading towards third party with a dongle. How did they do that? Because you got to remember, it wasn't console gaming and Call of Duty that got the CMA and the regulators involved and created those 10-year deals. It was what? Cloud gaming. It wasn't until that happened that them 10-year deals started popping up all over the place. They had to sell their rights to their cloud services, and Xbox officially became for the streets. So Google, even though they couldn't do everything they wanted to do, because they really hate they really hate Microsoft, but they had the last laugh. That being said, all this discussion is very illuminating and very educational if you're willing to receive it. And I think it's better to be had on what do you call it? It's better to be had on Cloud Dosage. So check us out on Cloud Dosage News on YouTube. We're going to be having that conversation because this is big news over there, just not so much over here. And that's the whole message in a nutshell. Like, it's something they needed to do. Cool, they're doing it, but this is not big news over here. Okay. All right. We got Juicy says it's so hard to say goodbye to Stadia. Geek to Sneak says, shit, even GFN gave me 6 months free. Yeah. Again, but that's GFN but this is Microsoft, bro. See, this is the thing that y'all ain't understanding, man. Y'all don't understand why I'm so skeptical of Xbox. It's because it's not really Xbox. It's Microsoft. Y'all fail to realize that, man. This is Microsoft. They call the shots. All Xbox is a mask. Xbox is a mask over the real intentions of Microsoft when it comes to gaming. They're buying up studios to put in their subscription service, to keep their subscription service honest. And then once a game served its purpose for the short term, if it ain't worth it for the long instead of investing in them in the long term and helping that studio out in the long term, they get rid of them. They don't care. That's why I said Ninja Theory, man, they are in deep doo-doo. Oh, but they already greenlit their next game. They already were in the process of building and expanding Tango. Y'all, the problem is y'all keep looking at Xbox as its own separate entity that every now and again got to deal with the nagging Microsoft. No, Microsoft is embedded in everything that they do. There's Phil Spencer. Did he want to try the traditional way of competing and having exclusives and stuff like that and adding value across the ecosystem and the platform altogether? Yes, he absolutely did. I'm not going to take that away from him. But he wasn't confident enough to execute. So it don't matter what his intentions are. He wasn't able to execute on it. speaking of the aforementioned Xbox becoming for the streets, you know what was the precedent of that? How they handled Bethesda under Phil Spencer. This is why you got to look at shit from 5,000 feet. If Phil Spencer stays the course and they keep Bethesda multi-plat just for a few more years, and then they acquire ABK, guess what? Jim Ryan goes up there and complains. That shit is shut down. And then guess what happens? A year after that, Microsoft can now come out with ABK, Bethesda, and say, all right, Jim Ryan or whoever, Totoki, or whoever the fuck is there, sign this deal for 6 years of Activision Blizzard, and after that, you're SOL. And then y'all get everything that y'all want. They may leave Call of Duty. Everything. They'll leave everything multi-plat for 6 years. Then after 6 years, they would have established such a gravitas because of those tentpole franchises that maybe you would have had some detractors that said, well, if Call of Duty's going over there exclusively, I might have to go with it. Now they don't have that luxury to even do that with their own fucking content. They don't even run their own cloud service licenses. They are battling Ubisoft right now because Ubisoft won't allow xCloud to put certain cloud games on their service. You can tie all of that back to Phil Spencer and his handling of Bethesda. If they don't do that to Bethesda, Google and whoever don't have a leg to stand on in going to the CMA to complain about the cloud potential. Because Microsoft just simply says, what are they talking about? There is no precedence for this. Bethesda's still making games for Stadia. They're still working with them on Orion. If they would have left it as, we call it BAU in the corporate world. If they would have left it business as usual, I said for like 3 years, but it sounds like they were original intentions was 6 years. If they would have left the business as usual for 6 years, can you imagine? Call of Duty's exclusive. Elder Scrolls is exclusive. All that shit, and oh my, come on. They fucked up because of Phil, and they're looking back at that, and they realize it. Y'all may not realize that because y'all, it's like 50 First Dates with y'all with Drew Barrymore and shit. Every time Adam Sandler wakes her up, she thinks it's the same day all over again. But Microsoft and Satya understands that. And he's saying to himself, and he's cursing himself out in his head, I should have never listened to Phil. And that's why they're doing what they're doing. You don't need a console. We're going on FireTv. They're putting it, what do they call it? Launch exclusives. Like, get out of here. I'm checking out our poll. We got 24 votes and 83% of them said yes, Cold Blood. That's crazy, bro. So hopefully you guys understand now. And I'm going to elaborate on this here for our members because we got to move on, and I'm going to talk about it over on Cloud Dosage. Right? But that's why we're at where we're at right now. Cold Blood, couple more questions. First and foremost, what do you think about Digital Foundry calling out Xbox, saying that the showcase was misleading? What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, I was muted the whole time. Shit.
Oh.
My bad. No, first show them what I sent you in the DMs.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
So they know we don't bullshit when we say some people really think this shit is now count as a fucking console of Xbox.
Oh yeah. No, I and I'm gonna show them this too. It's crazy because we showed them what they said. Yeah, an Xbox console. that is saddening, bro. That is saddening. Number one, it's not coming to every Amazon Fire TV. Number two, it's not automatic that because you have a Fire TV that you plan on even giving Xbox a fucking thought. If it was that simple, like Fire TV can play all these cable channels. They can play Cinemax and HBO Max. Does HBO Max and Paramount, are they now out of trouble? Do they get to claim every single Fire TV device that they're on as an active user? Or do the people need to subscribe to the service too? Okay. Last but not least, how is this thing going to perform? For people to even consider this. Those are the main, again, I get the cloud gaming conversation. The cloud gaming conversation is, I think, more than adequate for over there. When we're talking mainstream gaming, nah. Not at all. Juice in the house is what's up, family. He says, yeah, Phil overplayed his hand with Bethesda. That's where he fucked up, bro. When he did that shit with Bethesda, that's where he fucked up. And I know Satya is sitting there looking at Phil like, this motherfucker. I've been in a hot seat before. I ain't gonna get into it because we ain't got too much time, but I've been in a hot seat before, and I only had X amount of time to get myself out of the hot seat. Every time you run into your boss, they're looking at you. They're trying to be professional and nice, but they looking at you with the side eye. I've been in a hot seat before. And that's why Phil was tap dancing and clapping like a baby seal over that Xbox showcase. Oh, finally, I can go to Satya and say, look what I did, Satya. See? Not a complete idiot. Why he was so happy, he was so relieved. You know what I mean? Sam says they probably didn't have 6 years left to work with though. Satya was like, you better do something now or else, laugh out loud. No, the time was running out because they couldn't make it exclusive. It's got to be multi-plat. So anything that they could have used, because look, they would have been Satya would have been willing to make the temporary sacrifice if he knew that it was going to lead to more Game Pass subscriptions, more console subscriptions. If he knew that activity was going to funnel from PlayStation over to them, he would have made the sacrifice. But now it's like this shit got to be multiplied, and we're not going to get any games really on Game Pass because of this. Like, and that's where this move could be coming from. Whether Game Pass or whether xCloud is ready for Fire TVs yet or not, they could be making like, look, the showcase happened. People like the showcase. Let's expose this to as many people as we can while people are talking about the showcase. And maybe we'll get a lot of these people that saw that showcase that are not Xbox users that'll hop and try our games on Fire TV. That's what they're hoping. I don't think that's going to happen for them, but I think that they're going to get valuable data for their cloud streaming 2.0 if the rumors are true from this. They'll get valuable data from that, from being on Fire TV. But because I think what's going to happen is you're just going to have overlapping. You're going to have already, you're going to have people that are already subscribers just now playing on this now. But they need that data to improve their cloud gaming. He says, oh my God, they are really counting Fire TV as a console. They're sick in the head, bro.
sick in the head. Thank you for the new subscription. Appreciate it. All right. With that said, Cold Blood, what's your thoughts on Digital Foundry? Saying what they said about Xbox misleading during the showcase.
Well, we should change the name of this showcase now.
Yeah. Was that the real PC showcase?
It's the real PC game showcase. that other shit was PC indie showcase.
Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah. And last but not least, what do you think about Wukong? Now, you know, they were starting off hot and saying that Wukong was money at it. Now they're saying Wukong and Marvel and these games aren't coming because it's just more complicated to.
Bro, they literally sacrificed their last bit of integrity to say the PlayStation 5 is better at back compat for whatever reason. With the shit, bro.
Oh my god. Oh shit.
They really don't know how to fucking spin it at this point.
Yeah, they don't. They want to be in this console war and they are running through this shit blind, bro. They're setting themselves up setting up beer traps for themselves and shit, forgetting where they lay them. Ah, my foot. Yeah. That's stupid, man. Stupid. I just it's just silly. It's just, and to really and it just shows a pure thirst for positive news, because people are talking about the showcase, but where were the mic drop moments? And how come nobody is like doing content on like, oh man, Perfect Dark was great, and you know, this is what I liked about it and I can't wait for it. Oh man.
The mic drop moment was when Phil announced the $600 discless Xbox.
Oh man.
That was the mic drop, brother.
Oh.
Nobody talks about it anymore, but in my opinion, that was the biggest mic drop. They really expect 4 years into the generation for motherfuckers to still pay $600 for your fucking console.
Exactly.
With less features than before.
Oh man. Wow. So yeah, it's silly stuff in Xbox land. I do think, I mean, I'm one that look at, again, because of my cloud gaming Jesus Christ, background and advocacy for it. I think it's cool that they're doing it. I think it's needed that they're doing it, and I do think it'll help them, but I don't think it's going to help them where you guys think it's going to help them. They're going to get a lot of data that they need to improve xCloud. They may see more users. It'll help if it's done right. It'll significantly push them ahead if they're not ahead amongst other cloud services. But that's in the 1 to 5% of entirety of gaming range. We just got to keep things realistic here. Geekin' House, he says, if Xbox made a deal with Square Enix or Dragon Quest exclusivity, the Xbox would have sold millions of units in Japan. Those are the type of deals I would. Yeah, bro. The Xbox was built on those deals.
No, absolutely disagree.
No,
Xbox would have sold maybe 100K more than usual. That's it.
Oh,
you gotta look at those Japan sales, brother. They are not impressive whatsoever. No matter what fucking game, even the most Japanese game.
That is
ever.
true. Yeah, that is true.
It doesn't even break 100K at launch.
Yeah. Now, Dragon Quest, on the other hand, I don't know.
Millions, nah.
Not with probably not with any not with a Final Fantasy game, but I can see where you're going with Geek to Sneak because of Dragon Quest. I don't know how much Dragon Quest sold though.
Do we know if it's sold in the millions? I don't know. But I get where you're coming from. And it's not just one, it's not just one or two games that do it within itself. You gotta continuously feed an exclusive library. That's why, and we're about to get into this, that's why this whole Stellar Blade conversation was just stupid and silly. You gotta continuously feed an exclusive library to make the marketplace lucrative. It's not just about one or two games. Because you don't know the power of Dragon Quest.
Winning. Look, there's no winning for Square Enix to put Dragon Quest exclusively on a fucking Xbox. They'd rather put that shit on everything.
I think you're saying if they would have came out the gate.
No. That's not how Square operates normally.
But I mean, no, Square for a while was they staggered and segmented their games where these games were only coming out here and these games were coming out there. I mean, now they want to put their games on everything. But yeah, they had games that were broken up and at least timed exclusive on certain platforms. Now, granted, Xbox would have had to pay a lot of money to get that. They would have had to pay way more money than PlayStation, probably 10 times as much.
In my opinion, you would just ruin your relationship with Nintendo and PlayStation if you did that.
But
very simple.
Hey, I don't know if they would ruin the relationship. I would think that they would make it more challenging. But on the flip side of that, yeah, Microsoft would have to pay a significant amount of money in order to make that happen. But if they got $75 billion to spend on Activision Blizzard just for them to stay multi-plat, they could have done it. They would have had to do it with more than just one game, though. So, but all right. Yeah, it says even PlayStation 4 couldn't get DQ11 exclusively. They ported that game.
And then look, Geek. If they did this exclusivity deal, they would not sell millions. They would have millions of players on Game Pass, bro. Trust me.
Well, if they did it for Game Pass, that would be bad.
But they have to. Ain't nobody buying fucking JRPGs over there, bro. No way.
You talking about over here? They're not buying them?
No, on Xbox. Over there.
You're talking about on Xbox.
Yeah. Ain't no fucking game selling without Game Pass, bro.
I think he's doing. I think he's saying like just in Japan, just to get a stranglehold in Japan. Like you're not really doing it for here in the States. A lot of these cheese and butter gamers over here, these EBT card gamers, they're in the States.
Nah, you are so ruined over there. It's impossible at this point.
No, I mean,
bro, no. Japan is over with. That is no longer an option for Xbox.
I think under the current way that they do business, absolutely. I think if Xbox does what they do of the old and they're consistent in it, like what they did in the 360 area in particular.
They can't because these motherfuckers are so used to Game Pass now. No, it would be an outrage.
Well, no. See, you keep saying Game Pass. I think I'm just talking to what Geek is bringing up. Geek is not. When we talk about Game Pass, Game Pass is a thing in the Western world. He's talking about just solely for them to get a leg up in Japan. For them to get a leg up in Japan and to try to influence people buying consoles in Japan. If you get one of those big Japanese games there and have it exclusive, yeah, it may not do anything over here. But if you do that there, you could have an impact. That's if you do it. You got to do it consistently, though.
Because even the 360 showed you, it took them some time to even just have a dent. So if they were consistent,
Square better not fool around and put that shit on PlayStation and Nintendo. Right?
Well, no, they're not gonna do it now. They'll never do it. Well, no. I'm not gonna say never, because who knows?
No, they did with Octopath Traveler for whatever reason, but that shit flopped on the fucking Xbox.
Oh, you said never put this stuff on Game Pass. Yeah, it's look, the Western audiences, if you're look, and this is where I really feel for people like my brother Will Sink. Will Sink, I get that you like Xbox, bro. If you're listening, I really think that you need to get a PlayStation. I'm boggled and I am confused. I'm gonna be honest with you. I am boggled and I am. What'd you say?
Who's this Will?
Will Sinks. So he's been on the panel before. The guy from Xbox Uncut. Will Sinks. The guy, he's in the chat.
What's his name? I don't see his name.
Winter Soldier on Twitch or Twitter. He goes by the Winter Soldier. But he's been on the show before when we had we were doing one of the shows and he came on and talked with us. And then I think Doc Dark came on.
I don't see him. I
don't see him weird.
In the chat.
Oh, in the chat? No, I was saying if he's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Because we got 35 people watching right now, and we only got like maybe a good 10 that are talking in the chat, which the chat is still lit. But just, you know, people like Will Sink and others that I know that love Japanese games, really their favorite games are Japanese titles. And y'all really want them to come to play the Xbox? No, man. Look, in my most diehard Xbox days, I've always had a PlayStation solely for those Japanese games. There's just not a relationship there. And it's never happening. I had hope during the 360 era, but still. And then there were more like Magna Carta and stuff like that. There were some great attempts, but it took Xbox to really wallet PlayStation in the US for that to be a possibility. And two, even when that was the reality, guess what they were doing? The mobile game, look, the Japanese game market is very, they're very nationalist in their approach. So I get a lot of what Cold Blood is saying. They're very nationalist in approach. Do you realize, and Sean Layton talked about this, do you realize that when the 360 was dominant and they thought that was going to carry over into the Xbox One generation, you know what Japanese developers did? They stopped making console games and they started making mobile games. They said to themselves, we'd rather make mobile games than make games for the Xbox. Because at the time, the belief system was, if you want to survive in a console market, you better make your game for Xbox too. That was the thought process until the shit unraveled the way that it did at the beginning of the launch last generation. Sean Layton talked about this, and
I got an example actually.
Mm-hmm.
Remember someone very famous called Kojima? The Kojima from Konami? Yeah.
So who
that motherfucker got fired because Konami wanted to make pachinko machines and fucking mobile games. He got fired for that shit. Because they said AAA gaming is no longer viable to them. And look what they are now. They are back on making fucking games.
Yeah, making games.
Maybe not internally all of them, but still.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, that mobile game craze is over with.
Mm-hmm.
Like most people now realize all these fucking games are dog shit.
Mm-hmm.
And actually one of them said he would like Kojima to come back, and I was like, Yeah, that ain't happening. after what you did to Kojima, no, that ain't happening, bro.
He's in a lot better space now, anyway. It's a little different now, but I remember when, during the early 2000s, during the 360 era, influencers did think it was cool to dog Japanese game development, because Western game development was starting to take over gaming, and they just started shit, which I didn't appreciate either. And still to this day, one of the things that I take offense to is, because my favorite game is what y'all call JRPGs. I don't like that term, because the original RPG was the JRPG. Well, why isn't it called Western RPG? JRPGs were first, so those should be RPGs, and then there should be Western RPGs, in my opinion. But the industry is going to do what the industry does. They thought it was cool to make fun of a lot of Japanese titles and JRPGs, and I just never understood that. I never got that. Just because something else is popular.
I do understand. Look, I do understand when they say everything is more fucking anime. I do understand that. But the Japanese really took that to the fucking heart, and now they're putting out the best fucking dark fantasy RPGs out there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, that was their niche. A lot of their games were like that, and yeah, there are a lot of similarities in RPGs. It's a niche market, but it's one that solidified and made gaming. And it doesn't mean that the product was bad. It's just it was what it was. And kudos to this new thing. I love the new thing, but wasn't hating on JRPGs. I mean, that was silly. So yeah, that was a bad time in gaming. Very bad time in gaming. But yeah, I get all angles of this argument. I think that, you know what I'm saying? If you're consistent, you can make a chink in the armor of like a PlayStation or Nintendo and say, I'm going to, we're going to compete here more in this area. But you don't put a dent in that armor unless you're consistent. And that's the best you're going to do, is you're going to create a dent. You're not going to, it'll never happen. It'll never happen at a level to where you're going to take over an area like Japan. They're nationalists when it comes to that stuff. All right, we're running out of time. So let's hop to PlayStation real quick. The poll is going strong, so let's talk about Concord, man. Now you got to come through and be positive about Concord. Hold on, where's my con? Okay, Concord. Let's see here. Feels like a load of, what did they say here?
A lot of bullshit.
They said it feels like what the hell? Oh, Concord feels like a load of brilliant games combined, but is that enough? That's an article from Eurogamer. I'm looking all over the place. I was watching Game Informer. I was watching everybody, and everybody that's played this game has said that they like what they played. And I don't at cold blood. But my question for you is this game good enough for hardcore gamers? Or let me ask like this. Even though we got these positive reviews from these outlets, does that change the disappointing outlook that many of us, including you and I, have about this holiday season when it comes to Concord? You think, oh, this game might be worth being the holiday game. What are your thoughts on
it? Well, if you like shooting at bullet sponges, while feeling like you're playing fucking Destiny,
half of Destiny.
This is the game for you. This is the game for you. No, this is fucking Destiny, brother. Destiny with more abilities. That's what the fuck it is. If you played PvP on Destiny, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. When show them actually the real gameplay, not this fucking cut trailer, brother. That doesn't show it at all.
Well, while I'm looking for that, let me say this though. I am going to say,
you're cutting up, bro.
You know what? Let me things up. I will say this, that if this was Destiny meets Overwatch, I would actually be okay with this being the holiday game. But it's half a Destiny meets Overwatch, because Destiny isn't just PvP. Destiny's PvE. So there's like no single player campaign, story, adventure. It's just 5v5 running around in the space. That's not good enough to me. You know, I don't care how fun it is. I don't know. I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what are your thoughts on this? being the game that sets us off for the year, man. That's crazy.
Since so many of you are positive, I'm gonna be the negative one.
Oh man!
Like if the poll was going into the negative direction, I would have tried to find something good in it. But since y'all all love it so much, I guess we're gonna shit on it now.
Oh man!
Because I saw a lot of shit in this gameplay where I was like, what the fuck? This is straight up a copy of 2 other games that exists already, that you can play right now and get about the same fucking experience with more content than this dog shit is gonna have. But you gotta show the gameplay. Yeah, no, okay. So, who in their right mind wants to play a game that is not called Halo and you fucking shooting at people for like half a minute to kill them? Well, not the sniper. That ain't fair right now. What the fuck? Get the sniper out of here. Show the one with the fucking assault rifle, bro. That one is the one I was like, what the fuck is this time to kill? I mean, look, does the game look shit? No. I would not say graphically it looks like shit. Absolutely not. It looks solid visually. My problem is here. Now we're gonna see what the fuck is happening. Like, he shot him 2 times with a revolver. With a fucking revolver. And he did not even do half HP damage. What are we doing? Like, this is bullshit, bro. This is not fun. I already see it. It's not gonna be fun to shoot at bullet sponges that are actual other players that shoot back at you. Not some fucking NPCs. And then one dude was camping his own fucking healing station, bro. He was just killing everybody because nobody could kill him. Yeah. His heal was doing more healing than they could do damage to it. Like, that is crazy. This game looks like the most unbalanced dog shit ever, bro. Like, I can tell because I play a lot of these fucking games, like Overwatch and shit. With Overwatch, I don't have the same feeling.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure, the tank has a lot of health, sure. But the normal guys, bro, if you can shoot at them like that, they are done in maybe a few shots, bro. This does not look fun to me whatsoever. Not in this state.
Damn. Mr. Grimm says Concord is a game that would get better hype if it was released in 2017.
Absolutely. I am fucking convinced it would be. If it came back in the day when we had no fucking comparison to other games, bro. Yeah, sure. And by now it would have had so much content. But now it comes out as bare bones as it gets, bro. With 16 characters. And what, 4 modes or something they said? Or 3 modes? That ain't enough, bro. There needs to be a variety. And I think it was VGC or someone that said there's an actual mode in there where you have only 1 life. And it's absolutely terrible. Like, what the fuck are we doing here? A 1 life mode in a hero shooter? That's some bullshit, bro. I think this beta test that they're gonna have is gonna show if people are really vibing with that shit. Because I don't see it. Like, to me, it looks hella slow. It looks unbalanced as hell. Like, what the fuck? Look how much he shot at his back right there. And he did not even lose close to half his HP. But no. So, yeah, that is my first impression of what I saw. Zapmando, I'm telling you right now, it's what I see. And as a Overwatch player myself, I can tell that this is not it right now. Like, Overwatch in comparison is fun, at least in the gameplay department. It's fun. It's not fun when you start talking about the monetization of the game and shit. That's and progression and stuff. That's what they fucked up with too. Jenna Hayes. Yes, decent means decent, not fucking great. And I expect from first party fucking great. If that shit is what they're gonna serve us as the holiday game, bro, I better hope it doesn't sell well. Because if this shit sells well, bro, that's gonna tell Sony a very wrong message, bro.
Yeah. Again, to your point, I'm not saying that the game shouldn't exist. I'm not saying that
I'm not saying that either, Moss.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that either.
I'm
saying is, in this state, I look at it right now, it looks like some fucking project some interns did. Where they just use some animations and stuff from Destiny and put a hero shooter spin on it.
I'm not saying, oh, this is
it could be a fucking mod for Destiny. Let's be real.
I'm not saying it's a horrible game. I'm not saying any of that. I think the argument
you'll see soon, Moss. You'll see very soon, right? We got the beta coming.
Yeah, the beta's coming at the end of the month for everybody. I'm not pre-ordered.
No, me neither. There's gonna be an open beta. That's when I play it.
My thoughts is just, this is not a worthy end of the year game. Sony, even when I've been shitting on them, Sony has always been known to drop shit September, the holidays, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's around September for the holidays, you know, as a thank you to their consumer base, to their hardcore consumer base. This is the first time in recent memory that I can think of, since maybe the PlayStation 2 days. Well, no, I wouldn't even say the PlayStation, because they had all that exclusive third-party content. I can't remember when PlayStation is not for the holidays released. Now, has every game been excellent? No, I'm not saying that, but there has at least been the attempt. This is not a game conducive to that hardcore base. And that's the problem.
Period. All right, we're gonna close this poll. Did you like Concord gameplay recently shown? Now, a lot of you don't agree. 81% of you said yes, we like it. Only 19% of you said no, you didn't. All right.
Great for those that do.
Real quick before we move on, Cold Blood, what are your thoughts on the whole Stellar Blade? The Stellar Blade being a failure thing? They tried that. It seemed like
we talked about it on Wednesday.
Yeah, we did talk about it on Wednesday.
Yeah, so
just real quick for anybody that may have
did something happen since then?
Well, they're trying to back away from it now, gradually, because now they're being put to task for it. Like I don't hear anybody bringing it up anymore.
Because everybody said, "What about Hellblade?" And then they fucking shut up.
Yeah, and then you brought up a great point about Bayonetta. That around the same time out, Bayonetta did even less, but nobody's considering Bayonetta a failure or a flop, and neither one is a flop. They added to the marketplace. They made the marketplace even better. They're helping to sell more consoles, and both Nintendo and PlayStation are destroying Xbox because of that. So if you're an Xbox fan and you're trying to make arguments against either of those platforms, you don't have a leg to stand up on because it didn't sell 10 million. That's silly. That's stupid. And that's showing a lack of understanding of what exclusives are meant for. And no wonder why your platform of choice doesn't have great exclusives and it just sucks altogether, objectively, when it comes to the average consumer.
Wait. Zapata, you say I talk crap, yeah? And in the next sentence you say it's a mid-year. What the fuck? That's exactly what I said right now. I'm not impressed with this shit. This is not we end the year on this game. That's exactly what I said. Now you say the fucking holiday game is Astrobot? Seriously? Bruh. Okay. So I have to put a controller in my hand first to talk crap. Good. Noted for next time.
No, this game is released in September, right? I think these betas are in July, but I think the game, so that's running into the holiday season. Number one, and number two, let's be honest, man. Look, as cute as Astrobot is going to be, that's not the holiday for the heart. Come on now. That just shows you how, how crazy things just get. Astrobot is not, Death Stranding. You know what I'm saying? Spider-Man. All those tentpole games are the offerings. Ghost of Tsushima are the offerings for the hardcore. This is an Astrobot. Again, and it might do numbers. It might be a cool game. It might be a cool game for people across the board, but that's not it. All right. Let's move on. Genesis, it's releasing in August. That's not the game for us. All right. Last point, that we're out of here. So I got to go to work. So there was a video that Destin Laguerre was responding to. And in this video, Cold Blood, the guy was trying to make this argument that
wait, give me a second. Wait, give me a second.
Okay.
Zapando, you say no holiday game is $40? Well, then I argue with you that by now no $60 game is a holiday game. Because Astrobot is $60. It's not $70.
Why wouldn't I don't understand what pricing has to do with it.
Me neither. Because in my opinion, Helldivers could have come out in September and be the fucking holiday game.
It's the offering for them. All right. Well, here and I'll say this, Shadow.
Shadow Spade. All right, so I'm a hardcore gamer. So I have access to multiple ecosystems, except for Nintendo. Because Nintendo said, look, if you want to access our games, you better buy our console. And I was like, I like your games, but I don't feel like I want to get your consoles. And that's fair. You know what I'm saying? I think that's fair for them. But I got access to Game Pass. I have a PlayStation. And I use GeForce Now. So a lot of us hardcore people, we do that. And a lot of us, we could play these multiplats, like the games you just named. We could play them anywhere. But there's a specific reason why we bought a PlayStation. And that most specific and most paramount reason that a lot of us bought a PlayStation is for those exclusives. That's what made the PlayStation worth $500 to me, was the exclusives. Even though I could be playing these multiplats anywhere, it's the exclusives that I really bought the platform for. Are there times that I will play the multiplats on PlayStation? Yeah, like me and Cold Blood, we got Helldivers 2 together. You know what I'm saying? We were going to get Rise of the Ronin together. Hey, we decided, you know what I'm saying? Like things for that purpose, yeah. But more importantly than not, I want those exclusives. And I bought in and I paid that $500 for those exclusives because I can get those multiplats anywhere. Because PlayStation has created a precedent, a tradition, that every holiday season, they have a game for a gamer like me. And I don't get that this year. That's why I feel the way that I do. Cold Blood may feel that way as part of that, and there may be other reasons, but I feel like we have a right to feel that way. Now, if you guys feel like, well, I like the game and I think I would enjoy it, and that's a fine enough game for me to, cool, whatever floats your boat. I can't tell you how to enjoy your $500, just like you can't tell me how to enjoy mine. My $500 went to a platform that had set a precedent for decades. And now all of a sudden they're abandoning that precedent because they got a new guy in there trying to maximize and squeeze the dollar out. They got another head of studios who I really think was coasting, and now he's been given bigger responsibilities, and I don't know if he can, he can handle the task. I don't know. But yeah, PlayStation breaking that tradition of having a hardcore AAA or AAA-esque game for the exclusive game for the holidays is heavily disappointing. And that's why Concord got all the blowback that it did, and deservingly so. So I unapologetically criticize PlayStation for that. They took my $500. They knew what it was for. They knew the precedent that they set, and they deserve the criticism. We both can be true. You can be more than happy enough for what's coming, and that's okay. And it's also okay for me to criticize them because they know the precedent they set. They know the example that they set, and they know why people like me was invested into them and what our expectations are, and they fell short. That's just how I look at it. All right. Last thing, and then we're out of here. Promise. Games as a service. King Thrash talked about this in reviewing something that Destin Laguerre was talking about, and I think he did so effectively. He talked about how Destin Laguerre was reviewing this video and his ongoing attempt, Cold Blood, to try to make it seem like that it's not Xbox that is just making bad games, it's PlayStation that's making bad games too, right? They're not innovative or anything like that. And even though I will argue that gaming altogether has lacked some innovation, if there was anybody out there that is making games that has the potential to make games, of which makes our prior argument even more frustrating because we know you can do better. But if there's anybody out there making games that are really keeping gaming afloat as far as ingenuity and stuff like that, it is PlayStation. So King Thrash is like, what are you talking about, dude? And he dissects what he has to say, and he shuts down Destiny's argument. In doing so, he brings up something that you've been talking about and something that I've had to look in the mirror about and think about. And that's games as a service, games and their impact on gaming. And I thought about this because I'm looking at games like The First Descendant. And I was, I'm a games as a service person, but I'm looking at that game and I'm seeing
lazy in PC development. And I'm like, oh, is this going to be another bloated game that they're just trying to rely off you getting loot and shooting? So what do you think, Cold Blood? What do you think about King Thrash's theory? I don't know if you saw the video, but if you did, what do you think about his theory about how games as a service is ruining gaming?
It really depends on the game. Like, for Bungie, it was a success.
Mm-hmm.
For what's it called?
I mean, yeah, there's just successes out there.
Suicide Squad, it was an absolute failure. For Redfall, it was an absolute failure. They did not even get to the first fucking DLC and shut that shit down.
Yep.
Like, they're trying to make Starfield now somewhat of a live service by putting fucking content out there that you have to pay for. That is crazy to me that you have to pay for a 20-minute mission for 7 fucking.
That's
that is what ruining gaming. Fucking nickel and diming the player. That is what is ruining it. If it was about you want to make quality fucking content and always quality updates for free to the player, sure, and then live service can be fucking great.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to have us pay for dog shit every single time, bro, for every little bit of a fucking skin or something, like Halo Infinite tried to do, they want you to pay for shoulder pads, bro. Fucking shoulder pads.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing? Like that shit is what killed Halo Infinite, in my opinion. That and the lack of fucking content. If you make a live service game, that shit has to have content. Always. And people have to what do you call it? Have to have a way to earn it in a timely manner.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you put it behind a paywall, that's already a fucking red flag. But if you do it like a battle pass, like Fortnite does, I guess, it can work in some games. In other games, it did not work whatsoever. That's why they're fucking shutting down. I don't know, bro. I mean, live service as is not killing gaming. It's just making everybody not want to play anything else. Like Call of Duty right now on screen. That shit makes people not want to try other games because they're on the fucking grind every day. Or a fucking FIFA or something. Games like that, yeah, they just how you say it? They restrict your fucking game choices by making you always want to log in back, play more rounds, get more fucking XP and whatever the fuck. So that's why a lot of people just play Call of Duty. They don't know anything other.
Yeah.
That's what is killing it. Like casuals being held hostage by these games having some kind of battle pass or some shit that you have to grind every single day, and then they make it so you can't grind harder on it. They're putting a stop to it. Then you have to wait. Like, yeah. So the games we want are not the fucking priority. That is what is so bad about games as a service to me, at least.
Yeah. I can't argue with any of that, even though I have in the past. I really had to look at it. And shout out to King Thrash, and I'm gonna do more content on it as well.
I don't know what he about it. I have no idea.
No, he basically said the same thing that you said. Like did you? If you didn't catch that video where he's slicing and dicing up.
No,
Destiny,
I saw about Destiny, but I didn't see everything.
Yeah, I will watch it through, at least through most of it. You know, he's talking about how games as a service has impacted why certain elements of gaming are bad. And I got to say this, it's two parts.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. Microtransactions 100% came from games as a service. Mm-hmm. That shit, because it made so much money to these fucking developers, they thought they got the fucking gold mine. Not realizing it's only a couple of games that actually make people buy that shit. Like, your game has to be the fucking game, like a Call of Duty or a Fortnite, to have this recurring payment from the player, you know?
Hey, Brigadier, I see your comment, bro, and you're a constant follower. You got to join our Discord. Yeah, YouTube.
He is.
Oh, you're in the Discord? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did I not send a thing in the Discord?
Yeah, but the Discord app doesn't always notify you.
Oh, okay.
Or
if I didn't send it, I'll check in a little bit. Maybe I didn't send it. I thought I did. I'll check in a little bit.
You have to look in our channel all the time to see something pop up.
Yeah, YouTube sucks ass. And sorry about that, bro. I wish you. Yeah, what I'm going to start doing too is when we go live, not only am I going to send it out on Twitter, but I'm going to also send out a post too. That should help too. Live now. That's what I'll do. I had to look in the mirror and see, because what it is you have two groups. You have Group A that are these young people that just want to play Fortnite and Roblox and shit like that. And like Cold
Blood, it's not just young players, bro.
Well, that's why I said there's two groups. Yeah,
it's old farts too that only want to play Call of Duty, nothing else.
Yeah, there's and then there's people like me who game for several decades, and so the average single player game doesn't entice us anymore. We kind of get like older, and we get more. We want to buckle into things more, so we want our games to be hundreds of hours, or you could pick up and play. You know what I'm saying? And in doing that, with all this technology that's going into these games, we think that it's just so easy for someone to make a huge world like that and keep doing it over and over again. No, it's going to lead to bloat. So kind of like it's me, the old gamers that are like in their mid 30s and older, who just want to pick up and play familiar experiences and just keep relying on those experiences, kind of like what I do with Division 2, is creating this bloat in gaming that is just bad for creativity. That's why I always say these developers are becoming creatively bankrupt. And so I got to look in the mirror. You know what I mean? Like when I thought gaming was at its best was during the 360 PlayStation 3 era. And the games that I look at are not games as a service titles. Mass Effect, BioShock, Fallout. Those are longer extended games, but they're handcrafted and people took their time in writing the story and doing level design. And once you beat it, you beat it. They were they were okay with that. They just went and jumped on the next game. You know what I'm saying? So trying to create a game where they can milk every penny out of, and then me just having to worry about buying that one game and maybe incrementally adding more money to it, that's what's hurting gaming too. And older gamers like me, we gotta look in the mirror, man. We gotta look in the mirror. I'll talk about more about this, you know, in members content too. But
also, what is killing gaming right now is the prices of games.
Yeah, I think $70 again.
I mean, with the fucking economy we have right now, $70 is a lot to ask.
It's a lot.
And a lot of people are not willing to pay that kind of money for a new game.
Yep, that is true.
And that's why also PlayStation is probably so hesitant to put another first-party AAA game out there until they know they have enough of a player base.
Yeah, they're probably waiting to the latter half to really like hit you with, you know what I'm saying? Which I understand. I understand. Hey, they get paid the big bucks to space this stuff out, man. And if we can't get on Xbox's case when they don't show up in 2022, or I mean, I'm not saying PlayStation didn't show up, but
no, they showed out in the beginning.
In the beginning. Yeah, but they didn't
now,
pace it out right.
I'm fucking asking myself, what am I gonna play next year?
Yeah, oh man. Yeah, and that's a problem.
At least from them, bro.
That's
like, what the fuck? This year, okay, I know we got Concord and Astrobot, whatever. But next year, bro, what are we even looking at next year?
Yep.
Another year of wait till fucking showcase in September? Again? Is that what we're doing? I hope not.
It's like it. All right, folks. I got to get out of here. But I appreciate everybody for coming through. Thank you so much. Again, if you enjoy this content, please hit that like button. See someone just hit it again. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the support, man. Our subscribers and viewership are shooting out of the roof. And while you're at it, we have additional content that is not public, that is for our members. We got to show love for our members. And if you want to be part of that love too, you know, hit that join button. Like I said, we're going to have more content. I'm going to elaborate further on this and talk about other things. I do these sessions now more regularly, also for the members, where we spill the tea. Cold Blood and I regularly get together throughout the week and do like an exclusive show for the members. It's called NRO Talk Watch, where we get together and we laugh more personally at some of these idiots out here in the Twitterverse or wherever that come up with this lame brain shit. So if you want to see our roast sessions, check out NRO Talk Watch, and more. All right. With that said, we're out of here. Appreciate everybody. Get this work. What's going on? Good to see you. All right. Till next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.